I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTractor.com, and today we're going to do a video review and a demonstration on some really cool technology from our friends at Spidi. This is their neck DPS vest system. I have on an extra large DPS neck vest right now, okay? It's over the top of a size 54 Euro track leather jacket. This is designed to go over a suit or over a jacket. There's a special expansion panel on the back. You open a zipper so you can get over the race hump on a suit. This jacket doesn't have a hump, so I didn't have to do that. But it fits nicely over the jacket. It's got mesh in it, so if you have a perforated jacket, you'll preserve airflow properties and all that good stuff, right? Designed to size over the jacket. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to have Spidi come in here, pull the cord, and we're going to deploy this thing, and you can see how it works and what it is intended for. Following that, we're going to do a review where we have the whole thing disassembled, show you all the technologies behind it, talk about it a little bit. But please understand what this is intended for. One, it works in conjunction with your helmet when it deploys. You'll see that very clearly once it goes off, okay? It can help prevent neck injuries, help prevent a broken collarbone. And I've got a nub on my collarbone right now. When I broke it, I got to tell you, I mean, it wasn't the end of the world, but it sucked for a while. It sucked for a number of weeks while that thing's healing. There's a lot of things that are difficult to do. And if for the price of this, I could have prevented that, oh yeah, sign me up. I would have taken it in a second. Stay tuned. We're going to have Smitty pull the cord. Okay, there it is. You saw how it really works with the helmet. It holds the helmet in place, okay? It deflates on its own. I can hear it deflating right now. It does, however, take just a little while for that to happen. You can still reach in there, easily get your helmet off, okay, without a problem. And I can take the vest off and kind of discard that to the side too, you know, once you're up from the crash, right? And you've decided that you're ready to get this thing off. It's really not the end of the world, okay? You can easily just kind of go ahead and get in there. It's all held on with snaps and Velcro. I mean, it's really easy to get it to the side. You know, after you've had your wreck, you're probably going to want to go ahead and get the thing off at some point, right? I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTractor.com, and today we're doing a video review and demonstration with this Spidi DPS Airbag vest. You've already seen it inflate. It is very effective. This is some absolutely sweet technology. This is something I really embrace because it can do a lot of great things for you, okay? This is meant to be worn over a jacket or even a race suit. There's an expansion zipper on the back to accommodate for a race helmet, okay? So it's sized to go over something. What it does is it has a dual chambered air curtain that works in conjunction with your helmet. It inflates in approximately 2/10 of a second using a CO2 cartridge. We're going to show you some of this more. That's really fast. It's tethered to your motorcycle. Here is the tether right here, and it's adjustable. It comes with instructions that teach you how to put this on your motorcycle and how this cord should be adjusted. Essentially, when you're standing up on the foot pegs, the cord should be drawn taut, okay? If the cord is still loose, it's too short. That's the cliff notes, and you need to mount this to a secure portion like the seat pan, the subframe, something that's not going to pull off, because there's approximately 25 kilograms of force in any direction required to set this off, and you really want it to discharge if you're being ejected from your motorcycle. It's very simple install. It's got a quick release cord, okay, tether cord, very simple to do, right? Anybody could do that, not a problem. It is reusable as long as it's not damaged in the event of a crash. All you have to do is replace the CO2 cartridge. Okay? There's some steps you have to follow in the instructions. You know, due to the fact that, you know, we live in a rather litigious world, I'm not going to break down all of the steps to repack this. I did. This has been discharged a couple of times. I have repacked it. And what I'm going to tell you is follow the instructions to the letter. You don't want to take and just roll the air curtain up. If you roll it up, it fights itself when it tries to expand. It really slows down the expansion time. You want this thing to come out of there like a rocket ship, okay? So fold it. Only fold it. There is no rolling. If in fact yours ever goes off and you need to repack it, you're going to need, like I said, the CO2 cartridge, and you're also going to need to deflate the thing completely deflate it. If you leave a bunch of gas in there and you repack it, not only will it be bulky, but when you go to light it off the second time, you're going to kind of overload it. You really don't want to do that. Okay, so follow the instructions for the mounting, for the repacking if you ever need to do it, and let's be realistic, sooner or later you're probably going to set this damn thing off on accident. Okay, these are pretty affordable. Most likely, if I were you, I would buy one of these with the vest, so you have it just in case you have an accidental deployment and it renders your vest unusable until you repack and reinstall a new cartridge. It's easy to do. It's all in here. Please follow that. I'd love to show it all to you, but like I said, you know how things are today. Follow the instructions, you'll be good to go. A couple of little tools that it comes with, right? You need an Allen wrench and a bolt to reset the hit air technology. This vest comes with the Warrior chest protector, removable, snaps right in place, CE certified. It can also accept their Warrior back protector, CE certified, nice protective piece. Whether you're going to need this or not, it's going to depend on what you're putting it over, quite simply, okay? Whether or not you want to use chest protection, those are decisions you're going to need to make. But if you're putting this over a jacket that already has a back protector in it, you don't need another back protector. Just the one is going to work fine for you. Let's have a look at the vest itself. Okay, tons of volume adjustment because the fit of this vest is important in terms of how accurately it deploys. Okay, if you don't have the vest fitting properly, then there will be a lot of slack in the vest, and when it pulls, it'll make it take longer to increase the time before it sets off. You can see all these snaps here. These hide the curtain. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to show you some of this. Volume adjusters on the side, right? Zippered storage pocket here. Zipper all the way up the front. A critical part of this, is going to go right hand in hand with the volume adjustment. This is a strap that actually helps hold the hit air device against your body. Once you get this all zipped up, you're for sure going to want to snug this bad boy. This needs to be pretty tight against you. You don't want any slack there, okay? Because that's what holds this firmly so that when you give this a pull, bam, there goes the charge, everything inflates, and we're good to go. So that's kind of critical. It's a quick release deal right there. Now let's focus on the inflator, the curtain, and the inflator mechanism. To remove it from the vest, we first need to remove this buckle. Just go ahead and feed the nylon strap through it. Pull it through. Velcros to the vest, large patches there. Okay, right there. Come to this side. We've got a zipper. Come to the back of the vest. I'm going to show you two things right now. One is how to remove the vest. Undo the Velcro there, and we have two snaps. Now here is the entire mechanism right there. Okay, that is the hit air. Now, if you're wearing a jacket with a race hump or a suit, here's a zipper here. It's going to dramatically increase the available volume. Lines right up with the race hump. It'll allow you to put this over that. So that's a key feature to note right there. There is your vest. Okay. Now, you already have an idea of what this looks like. We're just going to go ahead and open this up for you. And let this curtain come out. What you're going to want to do, if you've had an accident, is obviously inspect it. It's all torn up with a bunch of road rash. No bueno, you got to start over. I know at the end of the day, the fact that you could damage this in one crash, right, makes it seem like, oh, what am I going to have to do? Replace this every time I fall down? Good question. What do you do with this every time you fall down? And you smack it on the ground, right? $650 helmet right here. Some of us ride showies, big money, right? You smack this on the ground, it goes in the trash can or goes on the trophy shelf because you realize we've been trained to believe this can save your life. Let me tell you what this thing can do for you. First thing it's going to do is, you saw the way it really grabs that helmet. It kind of turns you into like a human lawn dart. It stabilizes your neck. Neck injuries, all bad. Paralysis, all kinds of things, all bad. That's horrible. Not the most common thing in the world, but boy, I got to tell you, tell that to the guy that it happened to. right? He doesn't care how common it is or isn't. It happened to him, and it sucks, and he'd probably do anything if he could go back in time to stop it. True statement, for sure. Now, a very common injury in motorcycling, especially motorcycle track riding and racing. Yep, there it is right there. There it is. There's the knot. Broken collarbone. How that happens most of the time, probably not all the time, but most of the time in this sport, you get thrown off the motorcycle and your head takes an impact. It's forced into, right, the side like this, and the chin bar of your helmet, whack, right on that collarbone. And the collarbone says, forget about it. Bam, breaks in half. That happened to me one time. Not the worst thing in the world, but I gotta tell you, it makes working a real pain in the shorts, it makes sleeping a pain in the butt. I can name a handful of other things that are just no fun. And then there's a period of time where you have to wait for it to heal. I had to have surgery, I had to have a pin put in there, this thing was in all these pieces. So now if someone tells me, for this price tag, there's a strong likelihood that I could prevent that, I'd be willing to buy a couple of these a year if I had to, right? Knowing that I was really protecting myself from that broken collarbone. So think along those lines. Don't think, oh man, that would be a waste of money. Well, nobody looks at that like a waste of money when it hits the ground. So there you go. There's my captain's safety spiel. I really like this. I think it's great. We also have a suit from Spidi that sells for just over $2,000 that has this in it too. It could really redefine things for someone, right? It could change the outcome of an accident. And I, as Captain Safety myself, I believe in that. I think it's great. I love the fact they made this. I like the price point. It's a nice product. If you're so inclined, buy it. Hopefully you're not glad you did, and hopefully it never has to go off. But if it does, I'm going to guess you're going to be glad you had it. I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTractor.com. This is the Spidi Net DPS Vest.